Hi, this is...
That's crazy. Who talks first?
Okay, I'll lead it. I'll lead it.
I'll see how long it takes all of us to sound like we don't have a gun to each other's head. That's a good theme, like a Russian roulette podcasting. It's just the end of Reservoir Dogs.
Everyone pointing guns at each other.
Yeah, with microphones. We're all pointing microphones at each other.
Pointing microphones at each other, yeah. That could be the other poster.
That's a standing up of the mic.
Yeah,
there's two of us. There was the third.
I don't know. Somebody holding it in the back, posing.
And who wears the Chris Penn tracksuit?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Okay, so let's try this again.
All right.
Hi, welcome to the first podcast of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Movies about great things, terrible things, and all things bloody. My name is Noah. With me are my co-hosts Ryan.
Hello.
And Vince.
Yo.
And for the first episode, we decided to watch a favorite of all of ours, I think.
A perfect movie, so there's nowhere to go down.
John Carpenter's classic, The Thing.
Woo.
So, who wants to give a description of The Thing?
Vince?
Yeah, well, it's basically about a bunch of guys at where are they, in Antarctic?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a research facility.
Yeah.
What they're researching, I don't know.
Yeah, they don't really bring it up, but they're researching it.
First week of winter.
First week winter, dog shows up, along with two angry Swedes. And,
Following them in following the dog in a helicopter.
And a rifle and grenades, which they do comically. I guess that is the one kind of weird part of the movie, is the comic loss of one of the Swedes who pulls a grenade and then drops it and then blows up while trying to dig it himself out.
No, he runs. His buddy, who's flying the copter, decides to try to...
Yeah, they were thermite charges and they had a bunch of gasoline.
Well, Buddy had the rifle. He was going, and then, pilot pulls the grenade, drops it, and then goes looking for it, which takes him out as long as the helicopter.
Yeah. And then the other Swede starts shooting at the dog that they were chasing, who gets progressively closer to the
American
research team.
Mm-hmm.
Swedes are Norwegian, no?
Yeah, they are Norwegian.
Okay, yeah.
We're doing the Kurt Russell,
right.
Confusing Norwegians for Swedes.
See, I was just wrong. You were much more clever about it.
That guy, actually, the guy with the gun was played by Larry Franco, who was... I think he was he was one of the producers.
For a second, I thought you were going to scare me and say Larry Fishburne.
No.
That's some diverse acting.
Yeah, he was one of the
doing
producers.
Whiteface.
Yeah, he was the associate producer, actually. And
well, I wonder if he was a producer who asked for a part in the movie, or if maybe he was like a somebody and he's like, I'll do a little bit in your movie.
Is he one of those guys? Because isn't like
no, from what I see here, he was in two other things.
Is he also in Carpenter's band? Because isn't Carpenter's band like him and his like co-writer and
it's
like
possible
their little crew who did the Big Trouble in Little China theme?
Okay.
Fuck, I love that movie.
I do love that movie. On right now, I believe.
Oh, where?
Big Trouble, like tonight is
the
Big
Digital
Trouble,
Film
and
Fest?
yeah. Once again, my buddy all day was like, "Oh, am I gonna go see Big Trouble?" Yeah, it's a simple answer.
Yeah, of course. Why not? Okay, but we're not talking about Big Trouble in Little China. We're talking about The Thing. Although another great John Carpenter classic with Kurt Russell.
John Carpenter.
They did 4 movies together.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two, Skip from New York, Skip from LA, The Thing, and Big Trouble in China.
Big Trouble.
They should have done 10 movies together.
his new whipping boy.
Oh, he could have. Well, he would have had instead of James Woods, Kurt Russell in Vampires.
Yeah,
that would have been great too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing at the end of the day, it's dog breeds for various reasons because you find out it's a shape-shifting, killing alien amongst the American crew.
Yeah, that dog.
Which the Swedes dug up.
See,
the Swedes knew, and that's why they were shooting.
Yeah, well, that's what I guess would it be a prequel?
It is
sequel, the 2011
the prequel remake, which is
Right.
it's the same situation, but
they explain who who they are kind of.
it is. But what I love about the thing, why I called it a perfect movie in so many ways, because with horror, it's
John Carpenter's the thing.
John Carpenter's the thing. Why it's perfect, because it's juxtaposition. With horror, it's either in one or two camps. It's either going to be psychological horror, like say many of the Hitchcock classics or stuff like that, or you're going in, or other horror movies just pure gore, and you're going for the entertainment of that.
Right.
And Carpenter's is both, which is what I love about it.
But that's kind of why it got panned when it first came out.
But time has shown how
oh yeah,
it is,
obviously.
yes.
But they were just like, people were like, "Well, it doesn't know what it's trying to be. Is it a horror movie? Is it sci-fi? It's like really gory, but it's suspenseful. It's like
Yeah, but
I don't think a lot of people had seen things like that, so they're
which
just like,
is weird because Alien had come out beforehand.
Right, okay.
Now that's a sci-fi horror thing too. That's mostly just a haunted house movie.
Yeah.
But the thing, it's quiet. It's built suspenseful. You have a small cast of characters. You generally like most of all these guys. They're well-rounded characters, all of them. And then when it does go fucking bug nuts crazy, that's another thing with gore. It's the only example I've seen of more is good.
Yeah.
Which is like when it does show, a lot of it's hidden in shadows, but when it does show it fucking looks amazing.
Oh yeah, when Buddy gets his hands chomped off there from the tummy.
Yeah, and the head falls off, or even the first shot with the dogs going after each other, which is dark and shadowed. But then when they show it, it's fucking horrifying. It's an alien that doesn't. What I love about it's not fucking anything like anything we've ever seen before.
No.
Like it's not like Ridley Scott's alien, which is it just looks like a person with a long head.
Yeah.
Or like it looks like a dog. Yeah, this is a creature that it can assume any form and meld them together. So you're never gonna have a default thing of what it looks like.
No, the effects they were done. Who was it? Rob Bottin that did it. Yeah, and that was one. I think that was like he had done like maybe one other thing before that. He was really like novice, but he really like did an amazing.
Oh yeah.
job. Him and his team, but.
We just resaw it, and it's not nostalgia speaking. That shit does hold up. A lot of people look at practical effects with kind of a nice little veneer of doesn't have the plasticity of CGI, but
the only thing he didn't do was the dog creature.
Okay.
That was created by Stan Winston, and
the Monster Machine himself.
Yeah, but apparently he didn't. They give him special thanks in the end, but he didn't want to have his name in the credit because he said he didn't want to take away from the amazing job that Rob did.
It's big of him, definitely. A big game for
because
sure.
It's
well,
Stan Winston.
To this day, when you think creature effects, you think Stan Winston.
And if you watch there's the making of, it was like on the DVD. They talked to everyone that made it, and they talked to him a lot. And he was saying he was super young and he was like nervous and he was just like, oh, can I do this? I'm working with John Carpenter.
That means to ask, where does this fit into Carpenter's career? Like, what has he done before or after?
What did he do?
Because obviously, this is obviously post Halloween. It's post, I guess, Escape from New York.
I think it was the movie he did.
He's already met with Russell.
I think it was the movie he did after. Hold on, he did. He did Escape from New York, then The Thing.
Okay, followed by
Christine.
Okay.
Then he did Starman.
Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Starman with Jeff Bridges, and then Big Trouble in Little China, and then Prince of Darkness.
Arguably,
They Live.
Invisible.
Man. After They Live, he kind of started going downhill.
Was he got the Memoirs
of then In the Mouth of Madness was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Village of the Damned, I don't remember. I enjoy Escape from LA for what it is.
It is Snake Plissken.
Yeah,
so
I'm just happy to see him on screen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Great cover for The Thing, too.
Yeah. It's very...
That's a true Starman right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, we brought up the remake. This is in itself is a remake, which is also an adaptation.
Right. Yeah, it was based on...
The Mountain of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, it's Who Goes There?
Yes, Who Goes There?
Short
John
story.
W. Campbell.
Oh, they have it in the credits. It's listed.
Based on
from H.P. Lovecraft's The Mountain of Madness.
I thought that was actual.
No, that's in the Mouth of.
That's in the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
It's part of that. This one's based on Who Goes There? Short story.
John W. Campbell, and it was written by Bill Lancaster.
Yeah.
who is Burt Lancaster's son. And he...
Let that surprised look at it on his Wikipedia page. No, Pa.
Yeah, and the only things he'd done before that were the Bad News Bears movies, which is kind of funny.
The guy who brought you the Bad News Bears. Now I'm just imagining the Bad News Bears and Walter Matthau facing off against the Thing.
I think they have a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, they went all the way to Japan.
Oh, God damn you. Well, have you ever seen the original Thing from Another World?
Yeah, when I was really young, like
I've only ever seen like
me
the
and
clips from
me and
Halloween.
Noah were talking about this earlier because he was like, "Have you seen the original Thing?" And I was like, "Yeah." When I was like, oddly enough, it was on a Halloween.
Because it's just like a big vegetable Frankenstein monster, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Well, okay. Apparently, this the '82 version. Sticks a lot more to the original. It was a novella, and I think it was originally published 1938 in Astounding Science Fiction. It's been remade into like a bunch of first there was The Thing from Another World. Second in '72 was something called Horror Express, and then The Thing.
Well, a lot takes from me, even because also can see it. If you haven't seen The Thing.
You should.
You fucking should, because they're spoiling the shit out of it, too.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the entire story.
Is what makes it scary, because it can assume anyone's form, including members of... It can replicate and assimilate members of the crew, which, I mean, Invasion of the Body Snatchers takes from that.
Yeah.
That whole genre.
But what's great about The Thing is that it takes place in a small enclosed... it's not quite a bunker, but it's...
it's in the middle of nowhere in an environment that you can't just go outside and take a break from people.
So it's nice. It's almost like a bottled movie.
Claustrophobic.
Yeah. Also like Aliens.
And the paranoia takes over, and no one can trust anyone.
Who's who? Which is why that test scene is so amazing.
Oh, he's
with the
blood.
Yeah, the test with the blood.
Why are those? I brought this up in the movie. Why when someone has to cut themselves in movie or TV, it's always like in the middle of the hand. Or he embeds that scalpel in his thumb.
Oh man, that was terrible.
Can't you just do like the back of the arm or something?
Well, you know why in the palm of the hand actually it heals the fastest.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured that'd be strange because it's always kind of moving the most.
It moves the most, but it's such a resilient. As a chef, I cut myself daily.
All right.
That's one goof in the movie though, because they're so afraid of getting the contaminant, because doesn't he say, I forget his name, he says earlier that it's really easy to get it assimilated, so why would they not be worried about sharing the knife,
the scalpel?
Yeah, exactly.
That was weird.
At that point, I mean, McCready, Kurt Russell, he's going off at least 4 days no sleep.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you get
and
tired.
Almost an entire bottle.
Yeah, he starts fucking losing it.
Of JB.
JB. Which clearly isn't his first. He has a nice story. They're 1 week into winter.
He's like, now I'll show you what I already know.
Yeah. The man who, let's not forget, Kurt Russell, McCready isn't in charge.
No,
he was the pilot.
I was wondering
he immediately
that too,
takes command.
Yeah, because everyone's looking. Who's like, McCready, what do we do? Oh, we should ask McCready what to. It's like, whoa, he's a pilot and he's not much of one.
Yeah,
I mean, he might.
Because the leader of the expedition is fucking homeboy who brought a gun.
Oh, Wilford Brimley.
No, he's the doctor. It's the other guy.
Which guy?
The one who shoots the Swede at the beginning.
The Norwegian.
No,
the Norwegian.
Yeah.
He's in charge.
He's head honcho.
Yeah, who brought a 6-shooter again which another thing big weapon they use against the Thing are flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Why did they have flamethrowers at a research facility?
Melts the snow.
Melts the snow for pipes and shit like that, or.
Well, I guess if you had to kind of.
Because when Keith David, when they yell at Keith David, and he's like, Mac wants the flamethrower.
Palmer. It was. David Clennon as Palmer.
Yeah, Keith David has the best reaction when he's asked for flamethrower. The flamethrower.
Child,
yeah. Well, they ask him for it too.
Yeah,
Does that mean he's the flamethrower specialist?
I guess
because Kurt Russell's using it. He's the only. Well, you know what, McCready, Child's used it too.
Yeah,
Keith David.
He's the first one who takes it out.
But
and they have a whole lot of shotguns too.
Yeah. Which I also don't know what they expected to find.
Those I can understand, I guess, maybe for wildlife. But then if it's in Antarctica, it's penguins.
Yeah.
It's not even fucking bears they're worried about.
There's polar bears up there.
Yeah, but even then, like, I'm sure polar bears have something better to do than try to, like,
maybe
claw through a
It was America in the 80s.
well,
They could have
those
been afraid
dogs
of
that they
Russians.
have there.
Russians. Yep. Yeah.
Those are half wolf. Those are husky wolf dogs.
Husky wolves. Yeah.
That's another one of the best actors in the movie is the first thing that puppy who plays the thing German Shepherd, the thing Husky.
Yeah.
Who is compliments to any dog trainer.
That dog acted so
Jed.
well.
Jed.
But apparently the dog running in the first scene is not Jed. It was a dog painted to look like Jed, but Jed is
okay.
They painted a dog to look. Could just find another kind of like husky looking dog.
It's Carpenter was.
Well, he probably was, but he didn't have the same coat as the dog.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a German Shepherd. They just painted it white.
Yeah, a poodle.
Oh.
So that dog, upon entering the compound, seems to wander around with no problem. Nobody seems to mind. At one point, bites another member of the expedition.
No, he doesn't bite him.
Yeah, when they're all sitting at the table playing cards, dude gets bit in the leg, and he's like, "Oh, can't you watch your damn dog?"
No, I think he just got scared.
He got startled by
because he goes, "Whoa!" I thought he got hurt too, but I don't think. I think he was just frightened because like the dog he wasn't expecting something to like.
Well, that's the thing about the thing is that it's like the actual creature. It's very smart at how it assimilates people, so it wasn't just randomly going up like, "Oh, I bite you now." It takes people like, quietly when you're alone.
Yeah.
Except when he goes after the dogs because it thought it was alone inside that kennel.
Yeah, so the dog, the thing dog, is moved into the kennel with the other dogs, and it's a great scene because it's all dark in the kennel. All the other dogs are laying around the edges of the cell, and the other dog, the thing dog, walks in, and he's kind of surveying the room. And
but it's very quiet. It's almost robotic, just the way it's slow, and he just kind of sits down unnervingly. I mean, straight up, it's a fucking great acting moment from a dog.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to think of how many takes that may have taken.
Oh my god! Well, they always say don't act with children.
Children and animals.
So the kennel, the top dog, I guess. Yeah. The alpha male.
Yeah, well, it says in here, Jed was an excellent animal actor, never looking at the camera, the dolly, or the crew members. And then they mention how that the dog running was not him.
Automatically, it's already better than
the Norwegians.
The kid who pointed to his dick in Back to the Future 3. Immediately, it's a better dog than humans. Better actor than humans.
Well, that dog's a better actor than quite a few humans.
But yeah, it starts. First, you hear the noise coming from him. The pooch spooks the pooch is mad, want to get out, and then its head explodes.
Yeah.
And by explodes, I mean peels open.
Yeah, it peels back like a 4-leaf clover, and like the skin does, and there's kind of like still a snout there.
It looks like a flower of some points.
Yeah,
which some of the best acting from the dogs are getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, it's
clawing away.
Oh, and then these weird like kind of tentacle spaghetti things.
It starts shooting them with like
goo.
Goo at first.
Sprays it all over them with some sort of like.
And there's that one dog trying to break out of the kennel, biting through the chainmail fence, and
going batshit.
Another great actor.
Yeah, one of the same too. Like when they finally get the thing open, bolts the fuck out.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised later on that when they kill, they fish fry the thing dog. When they put the dogs back into the kennel, I imagine any dog would be very skittish to go back in there.
Yeah, for sure.
It still probably smells like burnt dog, creature,
and other animal, like other dead dogs. I mean,
whatever the hell. Some sort of parasitic extraterrestrial.
We also got to see Wilford Brimley beat up a guy.
Oh yeah.
beat up a warrior.
Despite having diabetes for the past or diabetes.
He's still alive too.
What?
Yeah, he's still fucking alive. I was reading his biography earlier, and
you're reading Wilford Brimley's biography.
Well, not as like a book, but just like on Wikipedia or whatever. He was a farmer and he worked in the rodeo, like he was a cowboy and shit.
Farm guy.
Then he it said he gained weight, so he became a blacksmith, and then he started acting. And some of his first acting roles were playing a blacksmith and like.
Wow,
So,
I'm surprised he didn't get typecast.
Arlie Hermy of Arlie Hermy of blacksmithing.
And then he got the Beatus. And then,
Yeah,
then
he got the Beatus.
And then he did the thing, and then he did Walker.
Was it, or was that before or after Cocoon, where he's dealing with more aliens?
right.
He played Van Damme's uncle in fucking Hard Target.
Oh god,
And he's like Cajun. He has like a
Yeah.
Creole accent. That was amazing.
it's a different
He's like,
kind
"Oh,
of French.
champ." Oh, he's like,
It's my god, that's such a terrible accent on him.
We love that image though later when he goes nuts with paranoia about the creature. And they lock him up in his shed, and they go back to see him later. And they open up the thing, and it's him calmly sitting there. He's eating beans.
Yeah,
With a
he's
noose
like-
fucking next
Yeah.
to him. And he's
like,
like,
"I wanna come in.
I want to come in now.
I
Yeah,
want to come in, guy.
he's like, I
'Cause-
know, I went crazy before.
It's just the funniest image I've seen.
Well,
in the
you know what?
image.
That crazy scene. I want to talk about that crazy
Okay.
scene for a second. So Wilford Brimley's punching in on the computer. This like hyper intelligent computer. This computer.
Oh,
is
yeah,
like-
the probabilities of like.
yeah,
It looks like an old Atari game.
yeah.
With the intelligence of Mother from Alien.
Hal from
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like a ColecoVision game.
Yeah, so he punches in data about the thing, which is that it can assimilate, and how fast it can do it through.
And the likelihood of how many of the members have already been infected by this creature.
Yeah, which is 75%.
75%, yeah.
So, and also tells him the probability of infection worldwide.
27,000 hours or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm surprised given how, like, simplistic that computer program was. It didn't just narrow it down to days, like the dummy.
Yeah.
Like, it seems so simplistically telling people how things
Yeah,
work.
it's
It
just
wasn't
like
just like,
27,000 hours.
Yeah, like,
Like,
at
hold
that
on,
point,
let me get a calculator.
yeah, you do the math now.
Saying that if it gets back to civilization, it'll be 27,000 hours
Yeah.
before worldwide infection. So
He's
he
like,
decides.
"What? I gotta shut this shit down."
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
not even calmly.
Yeah, no, doesn't mention it to anybody. Grabs an axe and just starts smashing all the equipment.
Well, before that, he kills the remaining dogs.
Yeah, he hacks the other dogs.
He sabages their helicopters and
then Clark,
scooters,
the animal,
the plow
the
there.
plows.
Yeah, he takes
trolleys. Yeah, and then just takes an axe,
Yeah,
2 computer bags, and a fucking gun.
yeah. So fuck all the intelligent research they've been doing.
Yeah.
And the rest of the squad hears all the smashing, and of course I don't remember who it is, but they immediately go get Kurt Russell.
Well, if they have Child tries to talk him down, he gets a gunshot.
Yeah. Kurt Russell's first thing is Childs go talk him down, and
have Childs be the distraction.
And the whole time, Windows is in the room. Like,
yeah, he's
yeah.
cowering.
in the corner. Like,
What the fuck? And eventually they subdue him, Wilford Brimley, with a table.
after he tries to axe through it. Like,
Yeah. And they send him out to the shed
Yeah. Well, it's also it's
where he can cool out.
interesting having to watch these guys have to work together against something that also doesn't want to work together. Because that's another scary thing about the thing is we know nothing about it. We don't know what it wants besides to simulate, but we know it will sell itself out fast to keep one going. So if, for example, if 2 members are the thing, to protect one, it will sell the other one out as being the thing to avoid suspicion from itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is fucking terrifying. That's not even it.
Because it's both the same thing and different things.
Yeah, so it's like it's all about self-preservation. It doesn't seem to have any. It's also a weird thing. Like we don't know how the replication thing works. Like, do you always, if you are the thing, do you always know you're the thing? Like,
Yeah, 'cause
it
eventually-
replicates you perfectly. But
It does, even down to like speech.
Yeah.
When with what was it, Fuchs?
Yeah,
Who's I think is the first human to be replicated by the thing, as far as we know in the movie.
it's tough. It's
wasn't
real,
it the geologist? Or the,
well, interesting though. We don't know who the first infected is. We see a silhouette
That's true.
that dog do after, which isn't even played by any of the members of the
Yeah.
cast. Carpenter specifically got another guy on there, so no one would be able to guess it. Just to fuck with people.
Good for you, Joe.
Yeah, there's a lot of
mystery.
There's things that are never explained, and
Like, for instance, Norwegian camp, which is the doctor who had a nose ring I never noticed before.
Yeah. I've probably seen the thing maybe 15, 20 times.
Yeah.
And I never noticed he had that nose ring.
yeah, Dr.
It's the
Cooper.
big screen for you.
Yeah.
It goes on McCready to the camp where the original incident took place, and again, I love the horror of mystery. It's a fucking hellhole. Everything's burnt out. There's axes in walls. There's
Blood everywhere.
Guys who have killed themselves.
Yeah. And their blood has frozen.
Yeah, there's
into,
two
like,
people.
bloodsicles.
Yeah, there's a thing that's been like two people merged together.
That was horrifying.
Yeah, which I love the mystery of what the fuck happened there.
Yeah.
And that didn't necessarily. That's why I
Yeah,
didn't
it
make
never
that fucking
explains
remake.
why they're there either.
Well, for the I think in their in the prequel they did know about the alien spacecraft somehow in some Alien versus Predator like plot scenario.
Good reference. Good reference. But yeah, they while they're digging, Doc and McCready are hunting around the Norwegian base, they find papers that they just start grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
But despite none of them speaking Norwegian,
Yeah,
it could have been equations. It could have been.
but luckily they also find hours of tapes which they can. At first, we were annoyed they have to sit through and watch, not realizing they could just fast forward to all the good parts.
I also wonder why they didn't fast forward through it instead of just having to watch it.
Yeah.
Minute to minute.
Which, after all, looks like stock footage of the original thing from another world.
Yeah. Apparently, John Carpenter's in. He has a cameo in.
Oh yeah,
as one of those guys.
he's playing one of the Norwegians in the video.
Really?
And his wife, Adrienne Barbeau, she does the voice of the computer, like when Kurt Russell's playing chess.
Oh, cheating bitch.
Yeah.
Cheating bitch.
Yeah.
And
The-
he loses.
And he pours some
JB into it.
JB into the computer, which can't be good for anybody.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get
fries it.
ants.
I love, yeah, McCready. They're a weekend. McCready is just an alcoholic who destroys his one computer game
Yeah.
and is the pilot and immediately doesn't even ask for it, just takes command. Nobody questions it except maybe Childs at times.
Yeah.
Who seems resistant. Everyone's just like, yeah, no, we'll just put McCready in charge.
Go with it.
Because it's fucking Kurt Russell.
I'd listen to
And
him.
if Kurt Russell's going to play a badass, you're going to listen to Kurt Russell.
Even if he's not playing bad, I was like, okay, no, maybe we should not sit here. Like, okay, you got it, Kurt.
Whatever you say, man.
I'm just happy to hang out with you.
Yeah, otherwise he might pull either his John Wayne or Clint Eastwood impression on me. And now into some serious shit.
So yeah, they go to because they go to the other outpost, which was like an hour away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Him
An hour
and,
there, an hour back.
Dr. Cooper. And then what do they find? They find the split face.
They find
Yeah,
split face.
They find split face. They find the ice coffin the thing was in.
Yeah. They also find the giant ship.
Or,
Eventually, yeah, later on, because they watch the tapes, then they go back and find like where they found the ship.
Yeah. It was a really beautiful drawing of a ship.
Where
Was that drawn on film? Like it kind of looked.
It does look like a matte painting.
what? It was a matte painting.
It was.
I
It was a
watched
matte painting.
in the documentary about it. They go into detail about like most. There's a lot of matte painting in that movie.
Yeah, because it's mostly a bottle. Because I meant to ask, where is this? It's not filmed on location, obviously.
Some of it was filmed in
Like some of the
British Columbia.
Okay.
And a lot of it was actually filmed on a soundstage in LA, and they just dropped the temperature
'Cause
it was really like 100.
Because it's a bottle film, and they didn't need to use location, but there's so much of establishing shots there. I'm like, it had to have been.
That was filmed in in BC.
I guess all the beginning shots, all those tracking shots.
Yeah, here it says the movie has become part of the culture in Antarctica. The
What a thing to be proud of.
Yeah. I didn't know there was such a culture.
Part of John Carpenter's Apocalypse trilogy.
Okay, here. August 2003, a couple of hardcore fans, Todd Cameron and Steve Crawford, ventured to the remote filming location in Stewart, British Columbia, and after 21 years found remains of Outpost Number 31 and the Norwegian helicopter. The rotor blade from the chopper now belongs to Todd and rests in his collection of memorabilia from the film.
Those are hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't it? It's
Puts
in,
us to
you
shame.
say in British Columbia?
Yeah, Stewart.
I mean, they could have just gone to Kurt Russell's house at that point too and swum by.
Yeah, that's right.
He could have just flown them up there.
Yeah, they wanted to go to see where it was filmed. That's pretty cool.
I can for sure get behind that.
All right. Well, when I bring up it's Carpenter film. When I think Carpenter film, I think score.
Yep.
Who does
Yep.
all his score? The famous Carpenter electronic score. I mean, it's basically his
Except
own
in
genre of
this.
music. Except in this, surprisingly, despite it being the most Carpenter sounding of scores, is done by was it Morricone?
Yeah.
Ennio Morricone.
Who made the soundtrack sound like a John Carpenter movie?
Yeah. Which oddly enough, recently did the soundtrack for Hateful Eight,
From old,
which is based off The Thing.
The
Some
Hateful
of
Eight.
it, yeah. They,
Partially,
Yeah, okay, I can see that for sure.
Tarantino.
no, they actually use like
Tarantino cited that as an inspiration.
yeah. Well, that's what Tarantino said. He said the only movie he showed the cast and crew was the thing.
Right.
So he showed Kurt Russell The Thing.
I was there. I lived it.
He said the two movies this movie is most like is Reservoir Dogs and The Thing. Because they're locked up.
They're bottle movies, Paranoia. I mean, The Thing especially. There's so many shots
in the middle of the winter
when they were in the middle of the storm, which made me think of Hateful Eight. Like all the strings to pull yourself to locations. Just the hardship of
wires.
getting around outside. But why didn't Carpenter score this one?
Carpenter said that he urged Morricone toward a more minimalistic direction. When John Carpenter asked him to do the soundtrack, he was kind of he was like, why you make all your own music, and he's like, just why don't you do it? And he said to him, because I got married to your music, like at his wedding they played that, so he was just like, okay, so
like he married the sheet music. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what that fully original, because you said Carpenter did record a full
Yeah,
score for
Carpenter
it,
did do. He did do music with his the guy he does music. I forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
So that was used also, and Morricone did two scores. He did an orchestral score and he did a more like digital sounding score, which was used for like the main theme, and it's like that kind of brooding bass line.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
There's not a lot of music in the movie, which kind of adds to the atmosphere too.
Yeah, it's mostly
like,
just like establishing shots.
Yeah,
when they
it's
throw
very
that in there.
well. That's it. Very minimalist.
Mhm.
Like
Well, it's a stark fucking movie.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so where are we as far as the movie goes?
Well, we
Okay,
jumped
well,
back. Okay, so we went through. Went to the base, came back. Brimley went nuts.
Yep, that was cool.
Everyone's trusting McCready. The Thing starts shifting, starts creating distrust amongst the others, and making itself appear McCready has been infected.
Yeah,
causing them all to start
when they
distrusting
find
him.
that ripped up McCready shirt.
Yep. It starts sowing deceit against anyone who could possibly outstand. Like the doc comes up with a blood test for it. The blood samples for this test to be useful are destroyed.
Yep.
With the only two guys. That's another thing. The only two guys capable of, they say, who could get access to the blood, had the key to it.
Yeah.
Destroy it. Were neither the Thing.
Yeah, that was weird. It was Palmer and Doc Cooper.
Yeah.
But apparently, also Windows also had a master key, too.
Really?
I read something about that.
But he wasn't the Thing.
No, he gets turned into the one after. But
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to devise a new test.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they tried turning on turning on McCready because it's fucking Kurt Russell. He's having none of that shit.
Oh yeah,
breaks back in, gets some dynamite, and he's gonna blow the whole.
Straps it to himself.
Yeah, he's gonna blow the whole thing to Kingdom Come.
Yeah, you fuck with me, I'm gonna detonate. So then all of a sudden they're like, okay, well we can trust this guy.
Yeah, he's getting crazier and crazier, doing fucking Evil Dead recordings for himself.
Yeah, recording to himself every little bit.
Somehow starts the movie with a huge, disheveled, homeless man appearance. Gets worse looking as the film goes on. Somehow looks more begrazzled,
Big grizzled.
begrizzled as the film goes on, despite looking half bare at the beginning of it with his giant cowboy hat.
Yeah, he keeps wearing that.
The Mexican.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a sombrero cowboy hat, some kind of fusion.
Yeah, it looks like a giant. Mix between a sombrero and like a Mounties hat.
I was gonna say, Mounties hat. Which I don't understand why he's wearing it, because he's inside the chopper when he wears it.
He's a man of style, clearly.
It's stylish indeed. I
There's
mean,
a
that
story,
hair.
yeah. That's the thing. We know there's no background to any of these characters. There's their personalities. We don't get any.
Well, we kind of have an idea of their roles.
We have the roles, but there's no like, blah 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 blah. This is what I used to do. We have.
No, you're right. But
We dropped it like there's no like wasted lines. There's no like. We just get to know these characters as they are.
Yeah, there's no like backstory like.
Yeah, no one drops in like a monologue. I mean, as much as I was gonna say the Quint monologue from Jaws, but I fucking love that monologue. But isn't like this is my backstory. Once upon a time, I was in the military. Just
well, there's no time. There's
exactly.
John Carpenter's like, look, we got like a lot to cover, and I don't remember how long it is. Like it
They do jump.
only feels like 15 minutes.
It moves
it's so
at
good.
such a fucking good pace. Yeah, because
Yeah.
at one point they do jump 2 days. Like there's like the hours in between traveling.
Yeah, feels like you don't waste any time on it.
No, but no. Kurt Russell comes up with the famous blood test.
I love that. That's just the best.
It's the image of the like beside the monster. Like when you think the Thing, you think of
That blood test scene.
a hot wire poking into your blood to see whether or not it will betray you.
So the test was everyone draws a bit of blood into a petri dish.
Yeah.
And what Kurt Russell did was heat up a wire with the flamethrower.
Yeah.
But not turning it on and
no,
lighting
just
it up.
the pure heat coming out of it.
Yeah, well, it's the pilot.
Yeah.
The pilot light. So he's heating that up, and then he would stick it in the blood. And his theory was, if you're the Thing, your blood would explode everywhere because
And
It's
before
trying to defend itself.
Yeah.
and before he gets the chance to even start this test, he does shoot one of the members in the head.
Yeah, he shoots Clark.
Yeah, he
Clark to
shoots
defend
Clark.
himself. Who?
Yeah, Clark
Who is
is-
the most obviously remember one of the things because he spent so much time with the dog at the beginning. They're
Yeah.
like, no, he's just a guy who was afraid and trying to defend himself.
Yeah, he had that knife, that pocket knife. of
Yeah.
his. So Kurt Russell shoots him, and he also drugs the doc because he believes the
Yeah,
doc.
he drugs him.
He ties up Keith David,
Mhm.
and he ties up the captain.
Yeah, and morphines them all up.
No, just morphine's the doctor.
Oh, okay, I thought he morphined all of them up.
No, because Keith David is so adamant about getting out of there.
Okay.
Nobody who's morphined is fucking jumping up and down on a 3-person, and they're all tied up. Too.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he tied up the doc if he's gonna morphine him, but just in case.
Mhm.
So he's
Well, the doc's dead by the time they do the test. Because he gets the idea for the test when dude has the heart attack, which leads to Doc getting his arms chopped off.
oh
And
yeah,
it opens it up, and that's when she fries it, the head escapes, proving that any part of the Thing's body will escape to preserve itself.
yeah.
And that's where he gets the idea for the blood test, that separated from the whole, it will still
that was
strive to
really good
survive.
scene doing.
Yeah.
Completely missed that scene.
Yeah.
Where
You
he
gotta
did-
be fucking kidding me. It's like the scene you show people. Every time someone highlights the Thing, it's always the
the defibrillator.
the defibrillator scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the teeth open up out of the chest.
Yeah.
And
Just picture someone's
jump.
chest opening up.
Just as you're about to pound on it, too.
Yeah, and you drive up till you're up to look like up to his elbows.
Yeah.
And it just gets bitten right off.
And
So
just
they torch the body.
torture that body as the fucking head is in one of the best practical effects scenes
Oh
of
yeah.
all time as the head stretches itself off and drags itself away with its tongue.
Yeah.
Grows spider legs and
And lobster eyes.
It's like the most cliche. You take every cliche thing people are afraid of: giant spiders, decapitated heads, googly eyes,
Giant tongue.
giant tongues, all in one, with
And
the
it
greatest
can
reaction
walk.
to the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah, and while it's running away, everybody Kurt Russell is standing looking, let's say north.
Yeah.
And the Thing's walking south.
And
you can just see it
framed out.
You can just see it over his shoulder.
It's like a cartoon.
And yeah, and Keith David's like, "You gotta be kidding."
No, it's the
no, it's not Keith. It's
It's paranoid guy with the gene vest.
Yeah.
Who is one of the who's also the thing.
Yeah, the
Find
pot
out.
smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah,
who's-
he's another one of the pilots, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he was originally gonna fly, and
I ain't going
the
out
captain
there,
was
yeah.
like, "No, we're putting Kurt Russell on it."
Yeah. He's smart. He knows how to delegate properly.
Well, he read the script and he
Yeah.
said Kurt Russell's in charge of this.
He
ship."
trusts that beard. He felt too threatened having McCready around to his own position, clearly.
Yeah, get McCready out, and that's why they try to lock him out later.
So yeah, which leads to the test scene, which leads them to losing half their fucking crew, half the rest of their surviving members in
Yeah.
it.
So while they're doing the test, they're going through one by one on who it could or could not be a thing, and each time he sticks it in to a blood sample, it goes tss,
Building tension.
building tension.
Yeah, he has them in the petri dish.
Yeah, and
Which even if you know you're not the thing, you're terrified
you
that
could be the
it's
thing.
we don't know how this test would, that I'm at the mercy of a fucking crazy man with a flamethrower and dynamite
Yep.
and a gun who could just not decide his test's not good enough and kill me anyways.
Yeah, what happens if nothing happens?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
well,
but this was also after Null's like they went to look for Fuchs. No,
yeah, they're trying
Fuchs
to.
ran away.
Yeah,
and
they're trying to find him.
And then Null's like leaves him there.
Yeah,
Because
no,
That's
they're
before
going
it,
up.
that's-
They're going up to that shack, McCready's shack. 'cause
Yeah.
they're
They
like,
see the light on.
Yeah, they see the light on.
And that's where he finds the torn McCready shirt.
Yeah,
And he ditches fucking McCready out there.
yeah. Knowles is like, oh man, he's probably the thing.
Yeah.
And anyways, we're back.
So yeah,
to
there's a
acting.
clusterfuck there. There's three survivors at that point? There's 4 survivors left.
Yeah, there's the 3 on the bench,
Mhm.
and there's no, not Windows, not the old guy.
Well, at the end it's McCready, Childs, roller skating Cook,
yeah, Knowles.
Knowles, and old Cap.
Yeah, old Cap.
Who ends the whole scene delivering one of the best lines of "I don't want to spend this entire winter tied to this fucking chair."
Yeah,
It's like, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Turn this fuck out, doggos! Starts screaming.
Now the only loose end left, that of course Wilford Brimley tied off in his shed.
in a shed.
Which does lead to one of the most ridiculous things in the movie when they find the shed empty. He's tunneled underground, and Blair who is clearly the thing now, is building a flying saucer
Underground.
out of spare parts
From the helicopter.
From the helicopter and snowplow.
Yeah, I didn't know you can build a flying
I
saucer.
guess it's
though.
the idea of, if this plan worked, of Wilford Brimley touching down in a civilized area in a rinky-dink flying saucer.
Also be fucking insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, eventually they realize the plan. They're fucked. They destroy his ship. And hi kitty. And the only plan left is, well, we're screwed. We can't let it get away or freeze itself to hibernate. So let's just Michael Bay it up
Blow the
and
shit out of
blow
everything.
the fuck out of this hellhole.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna heat this guy up.
Yeah.
'Cause he just wants to freeze and go to sleep.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of dealing. I don't want to deal with Kurt Russell anymore. I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah. He's too badass.
Badass.
And of course, the plan goes pear-shaped when Keith David Childs just kind of wanders off, goes missing.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
never say that. And then he asks, he's like, where
Blair-
did you go? He's like, oh.
Yeah, I saw something. I was spooked
I
out.
had to go see something.
They're setting up the dynamite everywhere. Blair takes out the other 2 members silently, while Kurt Russell just doesn't seem to notice that.
Yep.
At that period, I must blame on the exhaustion, but they thought splitting up was a good idea.
Yeah, when has that ever worked out? Hello, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it always works out in Scooby-Doo.
Oh, actually, that's a good point.
Oh, now I'm just imagining Scooby-Doo gang facing
the thing. Well, it's
It
kind of
works
like...
with Scooby.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
it could.
Yeah.
With Shaggy as McCready. He's the only one with facial hair.
But it does leave with McCready versus the giant Laz Blair thing, whose stomach burst through of dog thing.
Yeah, it was kind of like a combination of everything it had absorbed.
And then McCready defeats it by throwing a dynamite stick at it and delivering the best fucking line
Oh,
in
yeah.
any action movie I've ever seen, ever heard.
That line could probably be on my tombstone.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
it's just that.
I'll toss a stick of dynamite with "Yeah, fuck you too" as I dive out and destroy.
You were supposed to see more of that
What?
monster like that. The
Blair creature,
thing.
yeah.
But it was a lot of it was done in stop motion.
Yeah, because I saw the miniature work they were doing on it.
And John Carpenter didn't like it. He didn't like how it looked.
But you know what? That's okay too, because less is more.
Like, again, yeah.
Like there's longer scenes with them on.
That's what I love. Like when I look at the movie, that's why I go back to think it's such a weird juxtaposition. It contrarians itself because there's so much what you don't see about it, but so much of the good stuff is what you do see about it.
Yeah.
The ending does feel kind of rushed though. Like it just.
It does. I find that similar to a lot of Carpenter films though.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of his films are great premises and exposition. They focus a lot on mood, so they're not incredibly story driven. So the conclusion is always kind of like, and it ends. Like Halloween ends that way.
Yeah.
And it's over. And I mean the
Vampires.
Thing, the vampire, the thing,
Well, yeah.
and it's over. I think a lot of that was a budgetary issue too, where he just ran out of money.
Well, I mean,
But it does feel like it's like all of them are really great ideas with like, then there you go.
writing an ending's hard.
Yeah, it is. And it ends on the very, I mean, John Carpenter, they call this part of his Apocalypse trilogy. Between this, Prince of Darkness. And is Mouth of Madness is the third one in that?
His Apocalypse? Yeah, that was the...
Yeah, they're all three of them are bummer fucking endings because you're left with McCready alone.
Yeah, it's a very...
who may or not be the theme.
Yeah, he may or may not be the theme,
and they're too tired to do anything about it, so...
He's like, why don't we just wait here while see what happens?
Yeah, they both share a drink while they...
freeze to death.
Slowly gonna freeze to death.
The editor actually told him to do a happy ending just in case.
But and to get away.
Yeah.
But not the thing.
Well, but there is an alternate ending that...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that I've seen it. I think it was edited for TV, but it's not a happy ending. He never edited that into the movies. He did film it while Kurt Russell was still available, and apparently it's they get rescued, or he gets rescued, and then they give him the blood test to see if he's and he's fine. So I guess. I think Childs was one of them or something
Yeah, because there's a lot of internet theory that because you don't see Child's breath at one point when he's breathing, like a lot of people kind of they need the answer kind of a deal.
Yeah, where you kind of shoehorn something in.
Yeah, they're like, well, if you look at the way his fucking shoes are.
Also, I read he has gloves on for the most of the movie because Keith David his arm was broken, his arm or his hand was broken. So he wears gloves for most of the
fucking
the
Morgan
movie.
Freeman style.
Or like what's her name from the Warriors?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which we were talking about
Oh
earlier.
yeah, here it says, why was Outpost 31 equipped with flamethrowers?
All right.
The most logical answer is that they were used to quickly melt ice if the need arose. This is presumably the reason the Norwegian base also had flamethrowers.
I would love if Canada Winners ever got that bad. We had flamethrowers equipped to deal.
Yeah, melt out the...
Hey, well, in the States now, they're selling flamethrowers. You can buy them, and you don't need a permit or nothing.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's insane.
Well, I mean, you can buy a gun, you can buy a flamethrower.
Yeah, but you need a permit you need a license.
Well, here
you don't. It's just
a lighter and a can of Axe.
What wasn't it like?
Kind of fucking, and they're not even that expensive either. I said they're $500 or something
for your own personal flamethrower.
I don't. But do you trust? When I hear cheap flamethrower, that's one of the things I trust brand names because I don't want the thing blown up in my fucking back.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to turn into the bad guy at the beginning of Lethal Weapon 4
No.
without the gunshot.
Aren't they against the rules of war?
Flamethrowers?
Yeah, they're inhumane. You're not allowed to use them.
Yeah, I would think so. I think they used them in Vietnam.
They used them in Nam.
Yeah, they used them in Nam, and I think that was the last time.
We know how classy a war that was.
Well, yeah, I mean, so who won that one?
Yeah. I was going to quote the Red 4-1 line. They love us now. They have McDonald's.
Yeah.
That was the Korea War. It was a tie.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant, and it led to a really shitty video game sequel of the thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is, have you all ever played? Just avoid at all
I think
costs.
there's some comic books too.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There
Some
should be.
tie-ins.
There is.
It is, like I said,
pretty
there's
sure.
so much of it is left to your imagination. It's such a brilliant just concept of an idea.
Yeah, and it's timeless too. I mean, whether it takes place right now or 150 years ago, and like the dawn of the adventurer.
Yeah.
It's too bad because when it came out, it got shitted on.
Well,
But
what was its competition when it came out?
Well, it came out the same day as Blade
A
Runner.
Blade Runner.
And E.T. had came out 2 weeks before that.
Yeah, and then we wanted happy aliens at that
That's
point.
it. So it was just like, you know, and the movie was very dark and just like, you know, so.
But it's not like most Carpenter films. It's not like, especially from that area, it's not like some forgotten gem. I mean,
No, but he took it really hard at the time because he.
I mean, it's like you can see the hard work on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That film.
Everybody put in 110%. Even like down to the sets, which were fantastic.
Yeah, like I it's not hyperbole to say it. Like I call it a perfect movie because I can't see any flaws in it. Like it's not one of those things where I'm like I can't point at that and be like the acting can be tied up there. It's from editing to writing to how it's shot to effects. It's perfect.
Music. It's just the small things too, like the pilot, the other pilot, who seems to have like a limitless supply of pot.
Yeah.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, I wonder how much weed he has out there.
How much wood he has and how much it must have cost.
Yeah. Well, again, when McCready going.
Well, I don't think he bought it up there. I'm
No,
sure they
but I
brought
mean-
it.
Well, and he ain't growing it up there either. I highly doubt.
Probably not. But if anywhere, that'd be the place to do it with
does.
international laws, right?
Yeah. Well, I always imagine like how hard it would be to like grow botanics in the Antarctic.
Probably pretty difficult. Well, I mean, I don't know, with like a proper
good greenhouse, yeah.
Good greenhouse.
You know, that shit must get like 23 hours of sunlight a day some days.
But he also imagine he's doing it on the D-Lo, except like his supervisors
Yeah.
are being like, let's have a greenhouse so you can build some pot.
Well, it's like, what was the Canadian astronaut? Chris Hadfield.
Yeah.
That photo of him in space with like this humongous bag of weed. It must be like
Oh, yeah.
pounds of weed. And I'm like, that guy planned ahead.
I thought you were immediately going to say that...
What, they let him burn weed up there?
I don't know, but there's like this this photo of him with like a bag about this by this, with him going, you know, the finger over the
Yeah,
lip.
Noah just mimed it would appear to be 2 bags of Lay's potato chips and a shushing motion with his, his finger.
Yeah. Thanks for the green.
Well, it's,
color commentary.
it's theater of the mind.
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm a very descriptive guy.
You are. You use the hands.
The hands.
I like it. You would have been... You're like a loud mime.
I would have been a great Italian in another life.
So we can call it good, the thing?
The thing, not just good, great.
Great.
I
great
mean,
movie.
However we do it, 5 thumbs up or
5 thumbs right up your ass.
5 tentacles rend the dogs.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I would see it anytime it's on. I don't know if somebody said, "Do you want to watch a thing?" The answer is always me. Yes.
Yeah. Any other trivia to add? Vince?
I don't know. I read like there's so much stuff and like theories and like there's a look at this whole thing about when was Blair assimilated, and then they go into like they start talking
It's
about
paragraphs after paragraphs.
Yeah.
I've seen CJEP essays.
and like
smaller than
what
this.
was the Blair's things homemade craft to be used for. Just like there's, I don't know, because there's a lot of stuff you don't see, and you kind of you don't question it.
It's great because I remember one time I got into an argument with someone not too long ago. It was about It Follows, but I talked about how
Also, a great movie.
yeah,
It's John Carpenter's type of soundtrack.
very Carpenter influenced. But when she called it poor writing when I illustrated the benefits of not telling everyone, leaving ambiguity in film, and they described that as just lazy writing, like. Cut to next thing where I'm like, no, it's not ambiguity. It fills holes. If you don't need to fill a movie with endless exposition to explain everything,
Yeah, nothing.
it sucks.
Not
Like,
everything has to.
everything.
Be
Most of the questions in the thing could be answered easily in the film itself.
Yeah.
They were purposely chosen to lead mystery to make you more involved. You walk away from the movie thinking
about
asking
it,
questions
talking about
like
it.
why did you know?
Yeah, and the fact that everything feels so real about it, it makes it even more fun and easier to do so.
Well, that's it. Things are just happening, and it's in the moment. There's not a lot of explanation, and you're just like, oh, you're caught off guard. So it, like,
Yeah,
it does
and
happen.
although
Yeah,
like you said,
you're
and
always
as-
playing catch up.
and as it
Then you're
close
just like, wait, why, how, what the fuck? And
yeah,
then
as it
it's-
close like as a couple of the characters get to like caricatures, they always all feel like real people,
Yeah, there's nobody in there that
except
like,
maybe the pot smoking conspiracy theorists.
oh wow,
It was like- but I can see some realism in that as well.
that's also a real thing.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, top to bottom, great movie. I don't know. Well, I guess that kind of wraps up the first episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Are we? Who's gonna say "fuck you" to the audience now?
I don't
Sign
know.
up. We don't have a sign up. We could just have the awkward cutoff at the end.
Yeah.
We could Sopranos it. Like,
Or, well, you know what? Actually, I'd like to quote Kurt Russell on the end of this, and yeah, fuck you too.